While feeling uninspired in the face of existence isn't surprising, it's still not ideal. Now, I can't fix literally any of the insane things happening in our timeline, but as you are still expected to work under these conditions, I can help you prioritize a bit of creativity and play. You are, after all, of no use to anyone curled up in a ball in the corner. Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and I chat shit while I make shit. So if you like making things or just background noise while you do your dishes, hit subscribe. And if you end up liking this video, give it a like, hype, comment for engagement. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it, so thank you. Today, we're making a creative personal curriculum so we can all maintain good vibes in the face of oblivion. Yeehaw! So, what is a creative personal curriculum? For the chronically offline of you, personal curriculums had a bit of a diva moment last year. In the face of the literacy crisis and humanity speedrunning offloading pesky things like thoughts onto AI, sections of the internet are becoming pretty anti-intellectualism. It is no longer protect your neck, it is protect your brain's cognitive capacity. Personal curriculums slotted into that niche perfectly because they're essentially just structured, self-guided learning. Truly the most inoffensive trend. And yet, so a creative personal curriculum is basically taking that same structure and tweaking it for creativity. Okay, but why the focus on creativity? This is embarrassing. Normally, it's me telling you that this is a safe space. Right now, I need you to be my safe space, okay? But honestly, I think some of you might relate to this. Try as I might, the productivity and hustle culture demons are loath to relinquish their grip on my brain. I'm on a bit of a career break right now, courtesy of the side hustle, thank you friends. But this means I have more time on my hands than ever. So tell me why. Last week, I sat down to make a craft desk debrief video, which is basically where I talk about a topic in depth over a bunch of crafting footage. A format that exists purely because I love making things so much that I normally just have tons of unused footage. But last week, I had nothing. Nada. The script was ready, topic research, my capitalist gesture duties performed, but the thing that happens organically, the thing I actually love doing, yeah baby, that was nowhere to be found. I have been utterly uninspired recently. And I've had a few moments like that where I've realized that things I love have just got pushed to the wayside because they potentially don't feel productive. For example, I was baking my best friend a birthday cake on the weekend, and I realized that while I love baking, I haven't done any in the last few years, and also that it is ridiculously expensive to bake a cake. Why on earth did it cost $50 to make a cheesecake? We've also visited a fair few gardens recently, but my balcony has been left abandoned and unloved for months. Kinda like my boyfriend. Being forced to watch my own face while editing last week's video though, that was what really pushed me over the edge. Clearly, the balance is not balancing. So, much like how I used a personal curriculum to encourage some mental stimulation, I'm also going to use one to encourage some guilt-free enrichment time. The one rule. There is one rule to this, however. This curriculum is exempt from productivity. The projects don't have to be shareable or even good. They don't have to improve my life. There's not even a timeline that I need to complete them in. I'm using the curriculum format for two reasons. One is that it's convenient to have everything in one spot. It's like a more organized Pinterest board. And two, I like the weight the framing of a curriculum gives it. Like creativity is an important part of a well-rounded intellectual life, which it is. The take home though is that this is really more an exercise in prioritizing creative play for the sake of it, not mastering a skill or pushing myself to learn a new craft. So if you want to try this yourself, here's what I did. 1. Brainstorming all the projects I want to do. If you're a creative, there's probably a fair few projects floating around your consciousness that you want to do at some point in the future. Well, that was my first step. I noted down every project I've got on my mental to-do list, big or small, as a starting point. 2. Reviewing my supplies and finding projects based off that. While we don't need to be productive, we also don't need to be wasteful. So rather than just scouring social media for project ideas, what can you use up that's already in your cupboards? 3. Once I had a list of projects and crafts, I separated them by big project, little project, for the whimsy, and practice. The titles are pretty self-explanatory, you get it. 4. And then I created my curriculum on Milanote. Now, Milanote is a paid tool. I already had a subscription going into it, so you don't need to use it. So you could do this on paper, or you could do it on Notion, which is totally free. I just went with Milanote because, well, let me show you. Because this is all about getting me inspired to create, it had to be cute. I am shallow, materialistic, forgive me Karl Marx, but I have bought. Let's start with my big projects. First up, we've got some home decor. We recently renewed our lease, which we'd been a bit iffy on for quite a while, so I'd put a mental pause on a lot of the big projects in my mind, like my mini cat apartment and balcony tea garden. Now that we know we're bunkering down though, resume. Effective immediately. I don't talk about it much on YouTube, but my TikTok friends will know I am a fiend for jewelry. Hence the whole Crow Girly joke, actually. I love me a shiny thing. In line with that, I'm slowly building up my collection, so I would love to make myself a ring or two. My next section is practice runs, and this one's interesting. They're basically mini projects for skills that I want to practice more joyfully. Yeah, you know what? I heard the wankiness there too, sorry. Basically, what I mean is that these skills, especially the writing, are things that I have to do regularly for work purposes, which is great because I love them, hence making them part of my work, but I want to make space for doing them in purely fun ways too. My just for whimsy section is, well, exactly what it says on the tin, purely for the fun of it. Make and decorate a cute cake, spend some time making my personal project dashboard all pretty, just because these projects are just silly and fun. And my last section is little projects. Honestly, a lot of these are just projects that I already have in my pipeline, like I said earlier, just writing down things that are on my to-do list. So a couple of examples of those are turning these shells into solid perfume cases and making another tattooed hand like this one here. But I also want to tangibly make some cool activity sheets for my monthly journaling pack. If you don't know what those are, by the way, basically, I don't want to paywall my content. So for my paid members and Substack followers, I make a digital snail mail pack each month. And my first one went up last month and I designed it entirely on Canva, but I want to do some paper stuff and then scan it in. I think that kind of fits our vibe here a little bit more. While we're on the topic of that though, by the way, I've commissioned art from the wonderful, talented Devon who make my little crow girlies. So there are some little art prints in the upcoming editions, which is very exciting. So that is my creative curriculum setup. But before we go, I actually have a little project update for you. In terms of my silly, fun, just for the hell of it project, I finally gave my milanote dashboard a refresh. It's very pretty, it's very inspiring. Hopefully it means that I will actually go into it and write my book, but we are on year 3 of that draft, so I'm not gonna hold my breath. Progress has been made on one of my big projects. I actually started turning my balcony into a tea garden and also just a nice hangout space for my boyfriend and I to read or have a morning coffee, whatever. If you guys are interested, I can do a full update when it's finished, but here is how it's looking. I love her. The balcony is attached to my office, so it's really useful to have a visual reminder to like, take a breath. Don't be such a little capitalist. You don't have to be productive all of the time, outside of the bare minimum to survive, obviously. And that's what my creative curriculum is really. So I hope this was helpful. Drop me a comment letting me know if you have a creative curriculum and what's on yours. Thank you to my channel members as always, and thank you to everyone for hanging out with me. Okay, bye.